Hi there guys, we're pleased to meet you and we're here today with the lovely Darla Jade. Vicky has lost her voice, don't worry, it's not COVID related, she's absolutely fine. It's giving me a bit of peace and quiet, but it's not going to stop playing, is it, Vicky?
Charming Susan here, yeah. So thank you for joining us, Darla. Anyway, we've got a few questions for you.
No, thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome.
My pleasure.
So, okay, at what age were you inspired to get into music, and tell us about that, please?
So when I was really young, I would basically just perform for my nan in her living room, and I'd like dress up in all of the towels and anything that I could find, and I'd just sing any nursery rhyme that I knew at the time. And then my mum and dad then took me to like performing arts lessons and stuff. So I was like really into musical theatre. So I did the whole like amateur dramatic thing. And after college, everyone was getting ready to go to uni and do drama school. And I was like, I don't know if that's for me. I think I want to do like pop music. Because basically I'd already started performing in the pubs and clubs and doing like covers and stuff at 15.
Wow.
So I just wanted to like write my own music and do that really. And then I've been writing since. So yeah.
Great stuff. So what are your musical influences then, Darla?
There's literally so many. I love like really new artists as well, emerging artists, but I'm a big fan of Paris and they're really cool. Sigrid is another big inspiration. I really like Griff. Yeah, I'm really into like the Scandi pop, kind of electro pop like area. So I just really love that kind of music.
Yeah, it's all very dreamy, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
Great stuff, great stuff.
So we noticed that you've got a very cool style, Darla.
Oh, thank you.
So who are your style icons?
It's gonna sound like really lame, but I just don't really I wouldn't really say I have any style icons. I mean, like hair-wise, like I really love like Hayley Williams because like she's amazing from Paramore, and she's got her own like hair range that I really, really want to try as well. But regards to like what I wear, I just kind of go on the internet and just find what I want to wear, and then. But I don't really like necessarily look at anyone in particular and think I'm going to wear that or.
So quite individual, yeah?
I guess so, yeah.
Which brings me on to your hair now. During lockdown, we all cracked out the hair colour. I know I had pink for a while. So it's, quite bold, your hair colour. Now, I want to know, was it a home dye or did you go to a salon? Did you have any issues? Because I know I had some pretty scary times with hair colour.
So I mean, I started off when I very first started dyeing my hair more like experimental colours. I did start off with going to like the hairdressers and Mel at MW Hair Studios, she's so good. But then obviously in lockdown, that was a bit of a problem, so I just had to keep going to like the supermarket and just buying any purple that I could find to just kind of like keep up with it. And there was a few malfunctions, to be honest. I remember there was one time my hair was like blue-green with patches of purple in it, and I was like, if I just edit the colours on my photos, like if I just put the contrast up, it won't look so bad. So that's what I had to do for like a lot of lookdown. But yeah.
So you like to keep it edgy, yeah?
Yeah,
we
for
like
sure.
I think she could rock that, yeah.
Oh,
We
thank
like
you.
that. We like a bit of a unique look, don't we? Right, so I found out that you play the ukulele. So I'm interested to know if you learned when I'm cleaning windows.
I actually didn't learn that one.
She's far too
Not
cool.
gonna lie.
Far too cool.
No, she is cool. But I know that you write for other artists such as Gorgon City and Nico Andrea. So tell us a little bit about that, please.
So I mean, I've only really been writing for other artists like fairly recently. So I mean, it's still quite a long time, I guess, 2 or 3 years. But obviously we've been locked down for the majority of that. So a lot of the time has been over Zoom recently anyway. And like Nico Andrea, I haven't actually met him, which is crazy because we've got like 4 releases out and we've still got like more music to come out as well. And I've never even had a phone call with him either, which is also crazy. But yeah, we just send emails and send like WhatsApps, and like he'll send over ideas, and then me and my collaborator Sion will also then write top lines over to what he sent through. So yeah, it's just kind of all over the internet.
Wow,
Which
it's
is
the power
bizarre.
of the net, though.
Yeah.
Is there anybody else that you'd like to write for?
So I mean, I'd love to write for. There's a electronic duo called Noted. They're really cool, and it's kind of like Scandi pop dance kind of thing. That's really cool. That I really like. And then Paris or Sigrid or any of like my influences. That would be amazing if that could happen. But yeah.
Awesome.
Who knows? You never know. Do you?
Hopefully.
So we heard that you were featured on the Best New Pop Act act on BBC Radio 1. So can you tell us a little bit about that, please?
Sure. So the Radio 1, it's bizarre how like the plays have happened on there, because it all happened through an app called Clubhouse. So I don't know if you're familiar with that, but basically, it's basically an app where you just speak and you have like seminars, I guess, like everyone's in the same group and you can talk about whatever you want. But the group that I was always in was like a radio chat, and it was Dave Rajan who's a head of radio at Parlophone Records, and then James Threffel, and he's at BBC as well. And basically they would have people come in every week and do a talk, and one week it was a producer for one of the presenters at Radio 1, and then I basically got chatting with him, and then he basically pitched the song the week later and it was on Radio 1, which is just bizarre. It was crazy.
That's really
amazing.
Now you seem to write from the heart as well, don't you? So what's the story behind the song Pretty? I absolutely love that, and I love the lyrics as well.
Thank
so tell
you.
us more about that.
Thanks very much. So Pretty is a bit of a weird one, because we wrote it in 2019. It was myself, Sion and Reese Fletcher who produced a lot of the first EP. But basically it wasn't for me, the song, it was for Pitch, and so yeah, it was just weird because it got to a point where I'd started to just take it out of the pitch box when I was sending it to artists, and I was like, if I'm going to take it out, then I'm going to have to release it, basically.
Yeah.
So it kind of became apparent I really wanted to release that one, and it fit the EP as well, the EP that I'd already got, and I was like, it just needs to go on there. So, and it's basically all about not wanting to conform to the pressures of society, and yeah, basically.
Love it. Love the vibe of that one. It's
Thank
great.
you.
That's what you're about as well. So, what I'd like to know is, have you got any tips for anybody who would be getting into the music industry?
I mean, one of the tips would definitely be to be consistent. I think it's the most important thing, because obviously there is so many artists right now, and obviously with social media there's just so much going on. There's so many different apps and everything. But obviously I know that releasing music, like when you're distributing it to Spotify and making your own music, can be really expensive. So if like it is too expensive, then just be active on social media. Like, so just being consistent really is like the most important thing, I would say. And just always as well, like follow your gut, I think is also very important.
Yeah. Well, there are a lot of platforms you can use now.
So
it is
but
good.
as you say, consistency. It's
Yeah,
all about those
consistency.
algorithms.
It
isn't
is.
Yeah.
So confusing, the algorithms, because they change from day to day, it feels.
Everyone's step ahead, haven't you?
Yeah,
with those?
which is really difficult to do, but yeah.
So I saw that you'd asked your fans to send questions on your socials. Did you get any weird and wonderful questions in your inbox?
I mean, off the top of my head, I can't really think of any really weird ones, but I know that I have blocked people before because they have been a bit too weird.
Right.
But I can't even. Sometimes I'll see the message and I'm like, no, blocked.
Can you unblock me now?
Yeah, it was all Vic.
It was all big.
Got to watch Vic. Great stuff.
So, we are in the secret garden. So we're wondering if you've got a secret for us.
Oh.
Something somebody might not know about you, they might like to.
Oh. I mean, I've started skiing recently.
Wow.
So we went on a skiing holiday in January.
So where's that going to be?
In France.
Oh, nice.
Yes, I'm hoping that all goes ahead. And then also, I guess I'm all right with the hula hoop. I can keep that going for a little while.
So you've got Elvis Elvis. We're not going to believe this till we see video.
We do need a
Oh, right,
demonstration.
okay.
We need proof of this.
Yeah,
don't
we do,
we absolutely
definitely.
do. But
We
yeah,
will
great
await that
stuff.
time.
So which songs have you got in your playlist at the moment? And anybody you've got on repeat on your playlist?
I mean, I have so many. I always put on my liked songs a lot of the time and I just go through them. But one that I'm always putting on at the minute is an artist called Charlotte Lawrence. Okay. She's like electro pop, and it's a song called Navy Blue, which I was actually recommended to listen to from a session recently. I've just been listening to that a lot. And then also Paris, they've just released a new song called My Way, and that's really cool. I love that one. But yeah. And I also have like a playlist as well, which is for artists and songs that are under 10,000 streams, because I just love finding, because there's so many artists out there that deserve so much more. And it's just bizarre to me that there's some absolutely incredible songs that have got
give that playlist
under
a share.
10,000.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is really
Definitely.
great.
I think people are doing that more though now, aren't they? They're listening to, you know, sort of music that's not necessarily, you know, up there in your face. They're sort of exploring it.
I think TikTok is probably a help to that as well.
Definitely.
Because obviously now people like to find new music on TikTok, which is really cool.
Love a TikTok. I do love a TikTok.
You're a big fan, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. So, what we need to know now, and what your fans are going to need to know, is where can they see you?
I've got a gig coming up next week at the Underground on Saturday.
Oh, great venue.
So that's going to be a good gig. It's a headline as well, so it'll be a bit more of a longer set, which is good.
Yeah.
And then also I'm doing a charity night for Alzheimer's at the Doubletree Hilton, the old Moat House.
Yeah.
So that's on the 25th on a Thursday, and then I'm also gigging on the 28th in Birmingham at the Sunflower Lounge. And then it's the first time in Birmingham, so that's going to be interesting.
Nice.
And then also I'm doing another show in London, that's going to be later on in the year, the 9th of December at the Servants Jazz Quarters, so that's going to be good as well.
And that's great. It's exciting.
Any future releases on the way then?
So actually I have one next week.
Okay.
It's called Stories on the TV, and that's releasing on the 12th of November. And then I've also basically just finished my next body of work for next year as well.
Wow, that's really good.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
I'm excited to release that.
Yeah, you've got a lot going on. Brilliant. We'll update our page with the gigs and stuff like that, and all music links.
Thank
so
you.
People, your fans, can see what you do and
Thank
what
you
you're
very
about.
much.
If they haven't already discovered you, you need to watch Darla Guys. She's the next big thing.
Thank you.
Absolutely, and we can certainly say we are pleased to meet you.
Thanks very
We
much.
are pleased to meet
Lovely
you.
to be
Thanks,
here.
Darla, for spending the time with us.
Thank you.